Hey, hi. I'm Eric.
I'm Alexis.
And this weekend at the Goodings Inn, it was pretty wild for me. Want to tell what you saw?
Apparently, I'm a little bit of trigger object for the spirits here, especially in the basement. While Gwen was talking, they decided to hone in on my fear and anxiety and freak me out. Felt like I was going to puke a lot and feeling dizzy and just totally overwhelmed. Right? Whenever Earl was brought up, that was not fun.
And you also, just right over here in this chair in room 3, when we were doing our investigation, she felt like she was
being played with a lot, tickled and
her hair's being pulled, getting like little tickles and
second floor. I hated that. That was overwhelming. Whatever's up there, he's mean.
Yeah, after we did our investigation in the attic, we felt like there wasn't really anything up there anymore, so we went to the second floor, and most of the people had gone downstairs to like empty the cameras and stuff, so there's only about 6 of us up there. And about in the middle of the hall near room 20, it got really heavy, and everyone got chills, and everyone's like, back started aching. I know Gwen's back started aching, sister's back started aching, and we were using the spirit box, and it was saying things like that it was a dark. It said devil a couple of times, and then it wanted us to leave.
It's very adamant about us leaving. Now.
Yeah, and before we even did the spirit box, we were getting things set up down at the end of the hallway, and they said something moved the chair.
It was like a forceful move too.
Yeah. And then afterward, when we had come back down and kind of got together and everything, 3 of us went into the hallway, and 3 went up into the stairwell. In the hallway, we got quite a bit of talking on the spirit box. For the most part, we think it wasn't hostile. We thought it was maybe like kids or something. At first, we were up there and it said there's only 1 spirit, and then later on it said there's about like 13. There were times like where there'd be cold spots, we'd get chills. One spirit told us to leave, and then a different voice, same voice, had told us to stay about 5 or 6 times. And at one point, my hand got really cold, and it felt like I was being touched up along here on my veins, and it was very, very cold for a little bit, and it would go away, and it would come back for a little bit, almost as if someone was like grabbing onto me. It wasn't like a forceful or hurtful thing, but it was something for sure. I don't know.
It's nice that there's a lot of, seems to be good spirits around here that don't want to cause harm. They definitely balance out the 2 that I've noticed that do seem to be more mean. And Gwen's been great. She loaned me a crystal bracelet to help keep me more safe after the basement.
She also gave us little rocks to keep with us, and a bag of sage, just in case we felt overwhelmed and uncomfortable. So, but other than that, I mean, it was kind of scary and heavy at times, but it was very educational for me. I had always been kind of a believer, but I never really experienced anything. But the leaving this weekend, I think for sure I'm gonna. I think I've experienced enough to fully believe in paranormal. Yeah.
Grateful that someone gave us this opportunity to come along.
It was super
crazy.
fun. It was a fun hotel to stay at. It was a really fun group, so glad we did it. Mm-hmm. That's about it, right? Cool.
Tracy.
And I'm Thomas.
And we had an awesome weekend here. I think right from the get-go, Gwen showed us the validity of what she does by some different things that she told us about us personally, which kind of validated to me that she knew what she was doing. Some of my favorite experiences were what just happened up on the second floor, the voices that we heard, and the feelings that, I don't know, the chills.
Yeah.
It was
It was
interesting.
very interesting.
I just went to tell my nephew's girlfriend that the lower side of my back hurt right at the same time that Gwen down at the end of the hall said that her back was hurting. So it was interesting that we were all feeling the same kind of incidences together.
Yeah, and I think my favorite experience would have to be also up on the second floor when everything just started going crazy. The spirit boxes just coming through. It was a deep, deep voice that we hadn't heard any other time. And it was saying stuff like, I'm here, or we heard demon a couple times. And I'm dark, we're dark. It was just a bunch of weird things, and all the readers were going above and beyond any of us have ever seen them go before. It was a wild experience to run through.
Well, it went to 666, which in itself, was not the best number for something to me. I also enjoyed, even though there was no paranormal activity, I also enjoyed the cemetery tour. I thought that was really cool, finding a little bit of history about it and walking around and seeing things. I found that to be interesting too.
Mm-hmm. Especially how we were downstairs in the basement and we got a name. And it just so happened that the next morning we also got a name of a person who passed away, who worked here and died here with the exact same name that we found buried at the cemetery. That was pretty amazing.
I think also we've gone on a couple different ghost hunts, but this one was unique in that everybody here made sure that we were part of it. To take pictures of things, to take the tools and put ourselves in the investigative shoes instead of just sitting back and watching everything. I think that was cool, and just the whole feeling that we were part of the family. I mean, there was no distancing between us. I mean, we were all active and part of everything. So all in all, I would say it was one of my favorite paranormal experiences.
It was fun. It was a great time. Both days.
Yes. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Fucking hell, Mom.
Apparently, we don't know how to stop a recorder either.
Push the same down.
I'm Bryson Mackey. I'm here to recount my experiences at the Gooding's Inn in Gooding, Idaho. Right when we pulled up, I saw the building and just had a feeling like there was something in here. But when I came in, I kind of lost that feeling, and it became more, I want to say homely. It just became a lot more of a comfortable place to be in. The first night in the basement was one of the most intense paranormal experiences I've ever experienced. There was so much stuff going on. We had Earl messing around, slinking around in the shadows, not being good, scaring the children. And the grids were just going crazy. It was wild. The theater room wasn't too crazy. And then room 3, little disappointed with the initial investigation on room 3 just because of how many people were in here. Didn't really feel like the spirit had an ability to connect with anyone in here just because there were so many people to try and make a connection with. I feel like it made it really difficult for anything to really come of that. Sleeping overnight, I went to bed. I was awake for a little bit longer and then fell asleep, woke up, no problems at all. It felt like I was sleeping at home, honestly. I wasn't worried, wasn't scared. I slept on the second floor in room 14. That's right across the hall from room 20. And that's supposedly one of the most active haunted rooms in the hotel. I didn't feel uncomfortable at all, felt very comfortable. Waking up was a good time. Seeing the building in the daylight is a completely different experience than seeing it at nighttime. The vibe totally changes. The whole energy of the building totally shifts. During the daytime, it just looks like a normal building. Like, it just feels like a normal building. It doesn't really, there's nothing too intense, but as the day drags on, as the night starts to approach, you can really feel the shift in the building, especially as you go up and down the stairs. For me, all of my feelings were really just centralized in my chest area and my upper stomach. Tonight, I had one of the most intense feelings in my stomach. It felt like someone had a fist and just stuck it in my stomach, and it was just there. That went away probably about 30, 40 minutes ago. I had that feeling for a few hours. Wasn't a great feeling, but I feel like I got what I needed to out of the whole experience. This has been a great experience. I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed that I was able to come here, especially with my family. I would not trade this investigation for anything in the world. This was one of the most enlightening and, what's the right word? I want to say convincing. If I wasn't already convinced, I'm definitely convinced of paranormal activity and paranormal, of the paranormal, just in general. And yeah, that's it.
Gotcha.
My name is Jacob Sorensen. Came here to the Gooding University Hotel for the Stone Paranormal investigation that we were doing from Friday to Sunday morning. We were here for 2 nights. Let's see. I remember coming, driving up to the building at first. It kind of had an eerie feeling to it. I was just kind of like unsure of, the building. I did read up on some of the history and, kind of what happened. And, I come to find there's a lot of people that died here and a lot of people that just came into this building and the last thing they saw was like some of the plants at the front and, that was the last thing they saw and they died and staying here for, and staying here at night and stuff and really just hanging out around here, coming to find that I feel like a lot of people, who died here died in peace, but also some people didn't die as peaceful. But all in all, I can tell that it's a great place. It has a very homey feeling, and the hosts really help with that. They are really welcoming, and they take care of the spirits here. I can tell the spirits, they're happy. Some of them, pretty happy. The first night was probably one of my most, paranormal experiences I've had, where I felt a lot of the spirits in the room, and I could feel their different emotions and such, and I could really tell, like they were, trying to communicate, and Earl, though, Earl's not a very good guy. You're that guy, but come to find, finding him and stuff and experiencing him, and I don't know, that was pretty interesting. That was
one of my most confirming, times here. Well, just like me in general with paranormal stuff is, this experience, coming to find Earl and stuff and seeing shadows and stuff and seeing the lights flicker and having them move in front of them and everything. I found those to be very, very confirming moments for me. I don't know. All in all, I had staying the night here. I have to say, like, I was, a little worried, like, how was it gonna be? Like I've never like stayed in a place, where it was haunted, but I was very at home. I felt like, I pretty much passed out after a few hours and had some coffee, so it took me minutes to fall asleep. But as soon as I fell asleep, it was very comfortable, a very sound sleep, nothing weird at all. And I woke up just fine, and and I just feel the hospitality just radiate in the whole building. All in all, I say it was a great experience. I'm really happy and grateful I was able to come out here with Stone Paranormal and help run this investigation and introduce new people to their first investigation and help guide them along. And just all in all, learn about the history of this place and what went on here, and also learning, from the cemeteries around here, all the crazy stuff that's happened around here. And I want to say it was a very great experience, and yeah.
My name is Kathy Duran, and this is actually my first investigation here at the university in Gooding, Idaho. And it was coming up to the building. I was super excited and seeing how it looked old. It looks very rustic, and it looked like it had a lot of history to it. And pulling up, it did seem very, very like eerie looking, but after coming into it, it didn't feel that way. Walking through the halls and hearing all the creaky floorboards and everything was kind of offsetting to me, because I get anxious, I don't know. But afterwards, like hearing it and like knowing that was us, kind of made me feel better. And being with people that I know and love and trust made it so much better. And it felt very, very good during the daytime, but as the sun went down, the energy did seem to change. They started feeling like I needed to make sure I was looking where I was going, what was going on, keeping an eye out. And the basement, that experience was absolutely life-changing. And it was one of the most intense experiences I've had. And seeing everything going down and moving from room to room and seeing how everything changed was another confirming thing that made me more of a believer, I guess. Throughout the night, moving up and down, didn't feel too bad. Like, I didn't feel any bad spirits or anything negative. And sleeping here wasn't that bad either. It did take me about 30 to 45 minutes to fall asleep, but after falling asleep, it was fine. Waking up was fine, and just walking around by myself was fine as well during the daytime. And like I said, during the day, it felt very homey, very safe. And the second night did feel more eerie, getting close to sunset. Around 8 o'clock is when I started feeling kind of off. And then afterwards, when we all got together, everything started to feel more intense, I guess. And being up in the attic and seeing everything go off and just being all together and seeing everything happen was a great experience. And once we split up and did our own investigation, really made me want to do this more. And I loved the experience, and I loved being here and having the opportunity to do this, and hopefully do it again very soon. But yeah, peace out.
Ibalu, Mufanitan, Draconis, Draconis, Draconis. He placed a circle around us of light and love and of healing, and so no evil may enter this sacred circle and this sacred ground. Only spirits of love and light shall come towards us, speak to us. Is there anybody that's here with us right now that would like to speak? Yes. You can come closer to us right now. You are within a sacred space. Nothing can harm you. Are there any spirits that are here with us now? Are there any spirits that would like to speak to us? If you would like to speak to us, come closer. The veil is open. Can you give us a sign of your presence? Do not be afraid of the light. It is a guiding and protected light of healing. If you have something to say or a message that you would like to give, come closer to this box and speak to us. I call upon the elemental spirits of the north, of grounding and healing. May the spirits in here with us now abide by thee of the north. I call upon the spirits of the east of intellectual guidance and knowledge, so that you may have the wisdom and the strength to speak to us. I call upon the spirits of the south of fire and desire to protect and to cleanse us, so that you may come to us in a healing and cleansing light. I call upon the spirits of the west of emotions, the tranquility of water, all spirits flow through water. By the power of Akasha, with intellect, knowledge of all things of universal codes and consciousness and oneness, we give this gift to thee of the spirits that come close, so that you may find peace and you may let us know. By the powers of above and by the powers of below, so there will be. We cast a circle of protection and light around everyone that is here. No one is here to harm you. Come closer. Speak to us. Hear us. Why are you afraid of us? but yet you come to other people when they come up here. Why can't you touch? Why won't you speak? Why won't you come near us? If you cannot speak, can you move something? Can you touch something? Can you manifest and show yourself to us? Come closer to the box and speak. Are you afraid of the cage? Come closer. We cannot hear you. Speak into the box that is right here at our feet.
It's doing that again. It's been almost an hour and a half up there, you guys.
Yeah. It's been almost an hour and a half. Maybe we should take a,
Somewhere else.
yeah. Let's check on the Blue Buddy stuff.